Each September, we scour the country looking for America's best new restaurants. You never know where you're going to find the Hot 10.
We're at the Marin Farmers Market. We're about like 45 minutes, an hour north of San Francisco. Drive up here to get good produce for the restaurant. Generally speaking, I keep buying produce until there's no more room in my car, and that's kind of like the barometer there. So we got a lot more to do. This guy's got the best peaches.
Hey, what you thinking?
I'm thinking as much peaches as you'll let me have today. We're going to use some for a stone fruit curry we're making right now, and we're also doing a roasted peach dessert right now. So kind of all over the place. I didn't really get to think about the food until about a week before we opened. It was really pretty scary. And so when I did get to that week and did have that chance to kind of like reflect and look at like, you know, what I wanted the food to be, I had to kind of sit down and like kind of question myself. What do I think about vegetables? What do I think about meat? What do I think about fish? How should they be represented on the menu? So I kind of thought about vegetables. All right, well, how do I think about vegetables? How do I like them? I think they're very complex. I think that there's like a world of opportunity of what you can do with them. It's never ending. I'm set with this, but I need to get a ton of tomatoes.
Do you know how much you want, like a flat or?
About 30 pounds, so probably like around 3 flats. Yeah, can I come back there and take a look? Okay, those guys are obviously a star. I know that right off the bat. And when I say vegetables, I mean, you know, produce in general, fruits, vegetables, seeds, nuts, all this jazz, right? Vegetables is the core, a little bit of like fish intermingled, and then meat on the side. And as like I thought that through, I was like, no, actually I should call meat literally side. It really is a good way to eat a ton of vegetables and grains, you know, and have a little bit of meat as well to enjoy. For both the reason on how I feel like they should be eaten, and also to make a little bit of a statement how I like to eat. I think this is gonna be it. All right, nothing more than sit back there. Good market day. We're gonna get back to the restaurant earlier than expected, so that's great. I mean, this is like, today is a super average Thursday. So I go to the market, I get stuff from Rose, you know, when she brings it in. And the first thing I do is I grab usually Kevin, one of my prep cooks, and we kind of break everything apart, right? We put, you know, things out on sheet trays that need to be on sheet trays in the walk-in, get everything labeled up, get everything washed and packed away. And I think to say that in the kitchen, not outside of work, but in the restaurant, my restaurant, to say I'm a control freak is a little bit of an understatement. I try not to micromanage, I try not to get in people's way of like, you know, I try not to block things down, but I'm extremely organized. I have systems for everything. I realized really fast that like all the creativity in the world is not going to get me anywhere, right? If I don't have like the discipline or the structure to use it, you know what I mean? I need to sharpen that edge. I need to hone it. So flavor grenade, flavor queen. We got all kinds of Puat names. I wish like everybody named their produce as cool as Puat people name their produce. I don't know. You want that job? You'd be good at it. All right, so here you go. We use every part of everything. So if we bring in like a vegetable or a fruit or everything, we're using like the seeds and the pulp and the skin and the pith and the stem and the everything. When I write the menu, I don't think of it as like, okay, I need a Thai thing here and a French thing there and an Italian thing there and a yada, yada, yada. I'm not trying to construct this like multicultural thing necessarily. It's happening naturally because all of those like filters, like the, you know, the filter I learned when I was in Italy and the filter I learned when cooking in France and the filter I learned cooking in Thailand, they're all in there. It's by sitting there and using every part of the ingredient and then like basically pulling the ingredient apart and pushing that flavor back inside of the ingredient that you get these layered extra flavors. People, before we opened, asked me what kind of restaurant it's going to be. People still ask me what kind of restaurant it is. Here, I mean, the food is Al's Place food.